Welcome to Bridging the Gap, the Madison County Chamber of Commerce podcast, where Madison County's stories and businesses connect. I'm Sarah Pugh, the Executive Director of the Madison County Chamber of Commerce. Each episode spotlights the people, businesses, and nonprofits that make our community thrive while sharing the stories behind what they do. We're looking forward to learning more about their story and their connection to Madison County. Today I'm here with Ellen Wade and Linda Smith. They are part of the planning committee for the Clark Tower celebration. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
So for those that don't know you, can you tell me about yourself and how you got involved with the upcoming celebration?
Yeah, I'm Ellen Wade, and I am part of the Friends of Winterset Parks and Rec nonprofit. I'm the chair of that committee, so we are the ones kind of spearheading the celebration.
And I like all things Madison County history, and so Ellen tapped into me to provide some of the park and Clark Tower history.
All right. So was there anything that inspired you to jump in and get involved on this event and look into the Clark Tower?
Well, for me, as being a part of the Friends group, the structure is owned by the city and the Parks Department. So it was just a natural fit for us to step up and kind of be in charge of the celebration. So lack of options, I guess.
And it's 100th year. And so it's a special time. The Clark family has reached out starting last year, wondering what's going to be done to note that. And it's a special year in its history.
And we were like, if we don't do it now, you can never do it again. Yeah. So we've got to celebrate it.
That's right. Yep. Do it now or never.
Right.
So for someone who's never visited the Clark Tower, what is it and why is it so significant to Madison County?
It is significant. It's really sort of a unicorn to have a stone tower a mile into the timber of your city park. Mm-hmm. And so it makes it very unique. And the Clark family decided at a family reunion in 1925, when there were only one or two of the original children of Ruth and Caleb Clark around, that they needed to honor their Clark, and Ruth was a Clanton, ancestors. And they were the second group to arrive in Madison County in 1846 with many children and wagons and livestock, and settled near St. Charles. So they're very significant to our general history. And why is it stone? Well, they are stonemasons, and they are still stonemasons today. There are descendants that are. So that was the material they were familiar with. And in fact, they just went over about 500 feet, opened their own little quarry, mined the stone, and built it right there before their next family reunion in 1926.
So when they put that structure there, did it serve a purpose, or was it just like a landmark for them?
I think it was a landmark in memory, and it's got a nice green marble plaque over the doorway that says it's in memory of Ruth and Caleb Clinton Starr.
Yeah, very nice. I personally love going and climbing the tower in the fall because the colors and looking over Madison County is just...
That's another part of its uniqueness. Where else can you go in Madison County and see that far?
See for miles. Yeah. Miles and miles. Yeah, very cool. Why do you think that the tower has remained such a beloved landmark for so long?
I think it's inaccessibility and the fact that it's a mile up and a mile back. And if you were a kid and at a party at the city park or a family reunion, it was a rite of passage if you got to go with an older cousin and walk to Clark Tower. So it's just a special place.
Yeah. So the 100th anniversary is a once-in-a-lifetime celebration. What can our visitors expect?
So it is, what started out as like a little idea sitting at my dining room table with Mom has turned into like a whole weekend of activities. We are now planning like a 2-day festival of events. So we're going to have a fundraising dinner on the Friday night, August 7th. That'll be kind of for just more of a calmer atmosphere, upscale food, stuff like that, live music. And then Saturday is really our family friendly fun day with activities from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, so the Friday night dinner, is that a ticketed event or is that just show up?
Yeah, so that is a ticketed event. We are selling 100 tickets for $100 each to celebrate 100 years.
Awesome.
And if you've never eaten on a picnic table with a linen tablecloth, this is your opportunity.
This is your chance, so don't miss out.
Wonderful. So then your Saturday family-friendly event, that's just to come and go as you please?
It is, yep. That is free and open. There are some things that cost money, but you certainly don't have to participate. But from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., there will be free stuff to do, live music, food trucks, so many different activities.
History talks
in different strategic locations of the park to learn about that area of the park. And then the road, well, the park itself is going to be closed down. The road to and from Clark Tower will be open, so you can drive yourself up there and check it out.
Nice. Are there any special guests, exhibits, or unique experiences that you guys are excited about?
Well, special guests are the Clark family themselves. They're very excited. Some of their descendants have moved their family vacation around so that they could be here for this weekend. I know there's over 30 to 60 planning to come, which is really exciting. And I think that's something unique. We, for them, are going to do a descendants picture at the tower at 11 a.m. on Saturday. So I'm excited about that. But then personally, I think what I am really looking forward to, something unique, is the Friday night with the dinner. We're going to light up Clark Tower. So those people will be able to, meander their way up there and see the tower all lit up. I have had a sneak peek. It is going to be worth the drive.
Yeah, very cool. Anything you're looking forward to, Linda?
History talks.
Always, yes.
Well, we have 9:30 to 11:30 history talks in 3 locations up on the upper park, and then do it again from 1 to 3 where people, if they're interested, can walk up, and we'll have a speaker that will tell them about the different features of the park that they can see from that spot. And we know a lot about the park because it was put on the National Register of Historic Places in 2021, and all that deep dive has to be done for that. So it's available to do that, plus some fun facts when they walk up.
The other kind of fun thing we're doing that hasn't happened yet is Bennett Cabin, which just was restored last year, will be open and furnished from our local historic museum here with period pieces and hopefully some of their Caleb Clark collection pieces. So people can actually go in and see it restored, but also see it how it would have been in that time period, which
Very
is
cool.
kind of fun.
And that has not happened yet.
That has not happened yet. That is new. Yes.
Wanting to see it, that is your opportunity.
It's the first one this year.
Yes.
But that will be a fun one.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is there a schedule of events if people are interested in bringing their kids out on Saturday?
Yeah, so there is. Again, though, it's really open from 9 to 3. So if you want to come out at 9 and see all the stuff and do the history talks, that will be open. It's a come and go sort of thing. On Saturday, we only have we have 2 timed things, actually. We have the Descendants photo at 11, and then we're having a paint and sip event. That's 1 to 3 p.m. with our local artist, Christine Hilbert, is going to lead a guided painting of Clark Tower.
Cool.
And so that'll be fun.
And did you mention that there's food? So people can come out and stay all day.
That's the goal. We want to have enough going on that they come out and stay all day. So fingers crossed for good weather.
Yes, very good. So we know the event is coming close. It's just around the corner, but how long have you guys been working on this event?
Well, for me, as a friends organization, it was on our radar last year. We knew this was coming up, but in earnest, probably for the last 4 to 6 months. We're a new group that started last September, but we've already had some big undertakings with the George Washington Carver mural, and we took over the downtown flower baskets this year. So Clark Tower has had to wait a little bit while we got through all of that. So in earnest, probably 4 to 6 months working away on it.
And you already had the historical piece worked out. So it's just bringing that all to the surface.
Yeah. Slicing and dicing it in consumable pieces.
Yes. So with an event of this size, what's been kind of your biggest challenge?
Just getting it all done. So again, we started at my dining room table talking about, we'll have some food, or people will bring their own food, and we'll have some history talks. Well, then there's all these other opportunities, right? So then it's let's have a fundraising dinner for the parks, because it's to celebrate Clark Tower and to raise money for our park programs and activities. So then we added the Friday dinner, and then we've added the paint and sip event, and we've added, there's a 5K food trucks. There's a 5K trail run that runs past the tower itself, the covered bridge out there, the stone bridge, the Bennett Cabin. So some unique things that you don't get to see on other runs. But so we just keep adding activities.
Folded in the...
So then I was going to say, so then the police were doing their own event kind of a couple of days before ours. So we've combined forces. So now the police and the Burke Memorial Fund and Crisis Intervention and the County Attorney's Office have joined ours to make it even bigger. So there'll be a dunk tank and inflatables, and all of the EMS vehicles will be out there for kids to interact with. Life Light is coming. The hospital has talked about doing a bicycle rodeo. So just combining all these forces, which is exciting because that many people want to be involved, and it only makes it that much bigger and better of an event. But it just, the logistics of any event planning
is a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of logistics,
Oh, geez.
what I'll ask a question. What about parking? You said the park was closed.
So we decided to close down the park just for, we hope people come out and participate, which means there's lots of kids in the park, which is perfect. But just for everybody's safety of getting around, we've decided to close off the park. And just east of it is our Martin Marietta softball fields. So we're going to ask everyone to park over there. And of course, there's street parking too, and then just walk into the park.
Because there's the new trail that connects.
And there's the new recreational trail. And there's the one that went in last year, but also the new internal trail that's under construction right now, but should be finished just in time for this event will be available to get around to.
Yeah, very good. So as you've been kind of putting all the pieces of this event together, have you uncovered anything interesting?
Oh, I had one, didn't I?
I don't know.
I think the interesting thing is how the Clark family wants to be involved. And to me, that's very meaningful that we have descendants, and we're going to sear this into their memory, because the Clark family here is very interested. If I ever post something about the history of Clark Tower, there's always descendants marking that. And I think this point will mark it for the years to come as well.
One interesting thing for me is that it is actually 100 years to the date that this was memorialized. So August 7th, 1926 was the day they had their ceremony, and we're doing the exact same thing. So that's really fun for us.
Yeah.
And then when we were looking it up in 1926 from the newspapers, they talked about the purpose of the tower and then the purpose of the parks. And the mission there was, to enhance people's quality of life and give them green space. And as a Friends organization, we feel like we're really giving that legacy some legs and continuing it. So it's fun for us to see that we're doing what they wanted to do 100 years ago.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And to think that, 100 years ago, their family gathered right there to do this. And now you're doing it again and having what family they can have available to redo. So how cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. The Shopper, the Madisonian, and the Exchange, your locally owned weekly publications from Madco Media Group in Winterset. The Shopper arrives free in mailboxes across Madison County. The Madisonian keeps you connected in print and online. And the Exchange is Iowa's largest marketplace publication. Plus, promote your business or events on our 10 digital billboards across Winterset. From design and copy to office services, we can do your light work. Madco Media Group, see what we can do for you. Located just off the square in Winterset. Locally owned, trusted, and connected. Call 515-462-1535 or email ads@madcomedia.com, because local is where the heart is. So why do you think it's important for communities to celebrate milestones like this?
I think it's important to keep the past in front of them, because all we've done is built on it. Yes, some things completely go away, but the 1903 library is now our city hall. There's just layers upon layers, and I think it helps us appreciate our community more when we understand the depth of the people and the work that they went to provide for us what we have today.
And if we don't, who will? Right? So if we don't do it now, we'll never get a chance to do it again.
Yeah. Couldn't have said that better myself. So are you guys needing volunteers to help with Day of, or how can people get involved?
Yeah, we definitely will need some volunteers. I mean, like I was speaking logistically, it's complicated. So we'll need people to help us at the various stations and just to be the info center for us, moving people to the right spots. Not a huge undertaking of volunteers, but certainly some.
And if there are people listening that want to help out, do they just reach out through your website?
They can go to our website, which is friendsofwintersetparks.org, or our Facebook page.
Okay, very good. And then do you have businesses or sponsors that have stepped up to assist you with this event?
Certainly. We've kept it to a limited number because we just want people to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But our Friday night dinner is a bit of an undertaking, and we've had some businesses step in to be sponsors to help us get that going and off the ground. Because again, that is our fundraiser for the parks, and there's so many supportive businesses for that around here. So they've really come to our help on that.
Yeah, awesome. So what does it say about Madison County that so many people are willing to come together for an event like this?
It shows that we're proud of our town, and we're proud of our history, and we're proud of what makes this community really special. And we care. We certainly care about the things we care about. So.
And we like a good party. Look at Covered Bridge Festival. And that's for people outside of here. Mm-hmm. This is a hometown party, along with the Clark descendants. We're bringing them back to their hometown too.
Yeah. I think it's really neat to take a moment to take that deep dive. I know growing up here, I've known it's there. I understand it enough in how I've utilized the tower and the path up there between running or biking or just using it as an outdoor resource. But to understand the history that goes with it, that's to take a moment to pause and to learn about it, and for my child to learn about it, to hopefully continue that on. I think it's really cool for our community to just pause for a moment. We know we're a heavily tourism community, but to celebrate that, right. I appreciate what you guys are doing and taking a moment to help the community shine a light on it and celebrate it for a moment, because we don't always realize the cool things we have right in our back door. Mm-hmm. So
sure. Yeah. Because you have access to it all the time. It's not so special, but who doesn't have a connection to the park and probably Clark Tower? So why not give them a chance to realize that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Or a funny story from growing up, you know, it seems like everyone we run into is like, oh, remember when?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So awesome. So do either of you have a special memory of Clark Tower?
I was there a lot as a youth. My dad, Ellen's grandpa, used Sunday afternoons to get outside, and the park and the playground for him, and the Clark's Tower was always a piece of that, walking up there. And I'm so old. I remember when there were huge steps going down the west side, which the Clarks also put in. Some of their big stones that they didn't finish, they just lined them up, and they were giant steps. They're gone now and toppled, but yeah, it was always fun and beautiful to go out there and climb up, a little dangerous, and look so far out and about.
Yeah.
So I don't really have one. So when I was prepping for this, I'm like, I don't know what my story is. I grew up in the country. We didn't come to the park all that much. And my grandfather lived on the west side of town, so we went to Whistle Stop instead of City Park. But then my husband and I got to laughing last night that my actual memory is her telling me all the time, it's not Clark's Tower. It is Clark Tower. It's like, so we laughed because that is so fitting for the historian of the family.
More than once.
At least. So that's my little memory of Clark Tower, is that it's not Clark's.
So there's a sub-message to this whole podcast. It is Clark Tower.
Clark Tower, yes. Oh my goodness. Well, I know one of my memories is growing up doing cross country. Our brutal day was running to the Clark Tower.
Sure.
And it was nice because it was shaded due to the timber. But man, the hill going up, it just never ended.
No,
but you got that moment at the top, and then it was all downhill from there. And you hoped your legs were still working because you needed them to slow down.
So this is a great promo for our 5K trail race.
Thanks a lot.
It's really hard to get there, but once you do, it's worth it coming down.
It's so worth it. And I know there's still running groups using it as their training. It's so beautiful. And it's the perfect mix of you got the hill, you got the come down, but you're in the shade most of the time. So, very cool. What do you think so many families, or why do you think so many families continue to talk about the Clark Tower as part of their traditions?
I think they all have memories, big or small, like we do. And there's been a tremendous amount of family reunions in there. I can go back 100 years in the newspaper, or 75 years, long lists of family reunions in July and August. So they've all taken in Clark Tower.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, everybody has a connection to that park, and Clark Tower is a part of that.
Yeah. So cool. So what do you hope visitors take away from this celebration?
I hope they have a great time, and I hope they take away that we really do love and appreciate our parks and our history.
Yeah.
Same here. The parks and our history, and it reflects on the whole town. So that's good. It's a fun, positive thing when things aren't always positive that we can all reflect on for a day.
Yeah, I hope it's a moment where we all just take pride in such a beautiful piece of landscape.
Yeah. Very cool. What do you hope Clark Tower represents for the next 100 years?
We won't be here to see.
A piece of permanence here. A unicorn that's permanent. Oh. Yeah. Continue that pride.
And that people take up that ownership of it to carry it forward, to maintain it, not vandalize it,
right.
to keep the upkeep on it so that it sticks around for another 100 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Vandalism is a good point. Those on our bridges too. If our children here understand that these are precious to us, then maybe the spray paint cans won't come out, or the knives, or whatever they do. So it helps with preservation, just to have it be a little more endearing.
Yeah. Yeah. So how can community members help preserve and support these landmarks like Clark Tower?
Well, they can support the organizations that support it. I spent a long time working with the Madison County Historic Preservation Commission, putting that on the National Register, downtown, soon Earlham, and a lot of other small projects. So there's usually an undercurrent, an underbelly of historians around. So find them and work with them. Our museum, be a part of that. The library holds a lot of our history too. So there's organizations that continually monitor and care for our history.
Yeah. Yeah. So if someone has never visited the Clark Tower before, why is this a perfect year to come?
Well, I mean, if you've never seen something before, the first time, why not see it for the first time when it's at its best?
Yeah. When the whole community is pointing to it.
Right. Yeah. Wonderful. Is there anything else you guys would like to share today?
I don't think so. Imagine that.
Well, I really appreciate you guys being here, for taking the time to organize an event like this. I know there's a lot of time, effort, and energy you guys have put into it, and to take a moment and pause and bring this to light, I think is really huge. So thank you for all the work you're doing. And if anyone listening would like to volunteer, you can go to their website,
friendsofwintersetparks.org.
Yeah, and you can reach out to them and find a way to support them in their event. Thank you for listening to Bridging the Gap, the Madison County Chamber of Commerce podcast, where Madison County's stories and businesses connect. We hope today's conversation gave you a deeper look at the people and passion behind our local community. To learn more about today's guest, visit their website, and for more chamber events, membership, or resources, visit www.madisoncounty.com. Be sure to subscribe, share, and join us next time as we continue bridging the gap across Madison County.